Yes, yes, yes. And we're back again. Welcome to another episode of the Swoosh Swoosh Podcast, episode number 35. So, as y'all know, I'm Eric. We got Ernest, Armani, and also introducing a new member to our team,
Yes,
Josh,
sir.
aka Fan.
Let's clap it
Yo,
up for Josh.
whoa! I don't know why my camera's off. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yo.
you know what I'm saying.
Yo, that's
Welcome,
good.
welcome, Josh. For those who don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Josh has been a very important piece to this thing working. The chemistry, the basketball acumen, the charisma. I think it does well. You mesh well with us, brother, and I appreciate you being able to join us on this journey. And taking us to new heights, man. I like where this is going. And for everyone out there, Josh was offered a 10-day contract. He rescinded the 10-day contract and wanted a 1-day contract to prove his worth. Therefore, has signed a 1-day contract. We have now offered him a vet minimum deal to finish out the year. But needless to say, Josh is here to stay. We do anticipate a max deal coming soon. But he may Kyrie us. Who knows? But shout out to Josh for joining, man. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Too soon. I'm sorry. Josh is a Net fan and a Pelican fan. I don't know how that works, but that's pretty depressive state over there. But yeah, man.
Honestly, we get to that talk when we get to that talk. But
No, yeah, personally, I think the Nets actually are set up for the future really well. But yeah, let's get into it. First things first, trade deadline. As you know, that came and went, and it was a flurry of moves. I believe it was over 55 players that were moved during the trade deadline.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of movement happening in the league. But hey, man, this is what the NBA is about. This is what the fans love. Man, first, let's go into our own personal teams that we are fans of, right? And talk about, just briefly, because I think we touched on it before. Like, we had our trade deadline show. But we actually now got to see the product on the court and what that looks like. Is that Ben Simmons' background? Never mind. Let me stop being mean. Let me stop being mean.
wait, before we get to it, is a story that came out today that he was going against the Wizards and Bradley Beal told him shit
about the bet.
And he was like, I got 10K. You won't make those free throws. Ben was talking his shit back, which I appreciate. But then this nigga bricks the first one.
And doesn't say nothing else the rest of the night. Yeah. He got the IE ass face now. But yeah, trade deadline, as you know, came and went. A lot of flurries of moves. Armani, I'll go to you first. Obviously, Lakers made some moves, man, trading Russell Westbrook. And sidebar, seriously, shout out to Russ. He was put in an unfortunate situation with the Lakers. The fit just wasn't there, but not only just the fit, but the roster construction around Russ, LeBron, and AD just wasn't, built correctly. I just wanted to put that out there, and I really hope he balls out to the Clippers, and we'll get to that in a second. But the Lakers, acquired D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Russell from the Timberwolves, Malik Beasley, and Vanderbilt from the Jazz, and then also trading Patrick Beverley to Orlando. And then since he's been bought out, and he went and joined the Bulls, and we'll talk about that as well. But the Lakers traded Patrick Beverley to Orlando for Mo Bamba. And thus far, the Lakers are, I believe 2-1 since the trade deadline.
2-1, yeah.
Losing to the Blazers in a record-setting fashion. For some reason, when the Lakers come into town, man, everyone's playing on rookie mode, and everyone can shoot threes. But the Blazers has set a team record of threes made in a half. So that was just unprecedented.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that, man.
and then we after that we shake that off and we go into Golden State, and we have a very impressive win in Golden State. D'Angelo Russell shows out in that game, and then against the Pelicans, a really important game, Josh. We went into New Orleans, and Jared Vanderbilt had Brandon Ingram in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Full lockdown, 24/7, no daylight. It was bad, man. It was bad for your boy Brandon Ingram. But yeah, give me your thoughts about what you see on the court and going forward. What are you excited about, or what are you concerned about?
I would say first, I just want to, because I didn't get to say it on the last show, but for going back to Russ, I just want to thank Russ, for being a professional, accepting his role. There's no bad blood between me and him. I know like he had some bad blood with some Laker fans and stuff like that, but like he accepted his role, balled out, did what he had to do. I wish him the best. I just hope he don't ball out against us when we play the Clippers down the line. But
I am not moved.
But
Here's one thing. I played him, I think, in April. Is it the last game of the season?
No, it's like one of the last week of the season, something like that. So,
yeah, it's one of the last.
Hopefully we're in a better position than we are in now. So but yeah, for what I've seen on the court, like I really like Jared Vanderbilt. Like, man, the defense is there. Like I think either Braun said it, or matter of fact, somebody probably in the Lakers space said it. He's like a Swiss Army knife, man. Like he can do a little bit of everything, kind of like a Lamar Odom type,
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, like being a Laker fan, like Lamar was probably like one of my favorite role players, like period, just because he can add like different things to the team. Like I remember in like one of his documentaries, he was talking about like how Kobe just asked him to do something, he would do it. Like whatever the teams need, that's what Lamar Odom will bring. And I feel like that's what Jared Vanderbilt will bring. If we need defense, he could do that. If he rebound, he could do that. He could shoot, he could do that. So like I like all the different dimensions he could add and he could bring to the table. D'Lo, I mean, D'Lo's D'Lo, you know what I'm saying? Like, back in LA, his first run, I wasn't a big fan. Josh, what you got to say, man? I wasn't a big fan, but like, I like how
he didn't even stretch though.
I just like how when we played the Pelicans, the offense looked so fluid. Like, and that was probably the most fluid I see the offense like ever this entire season. Like, AD was getting the ball in the post, and like all you had to do was make one pass, and we're making threes. Like, it's crazy, man. But Malik Beasley knocking out shots as well too. I just love the energy. The energy is there. We got some of those bad apples out off the roster. So like we just gotta make this push, man. 23-0. Hopefully we could do that to make the playoffs. But like I'm liking what I see so far. I just hope we can continue that for the rest of the season. Hope everybody could be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like Braun, stop taking off games, stop going to the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? AD, stop taking off games. Like, let's play, man. Let's hoop. Let's make the playoffs, man.
Well, to your point, LeBron did say,
let's go.
23 games during his press conference during the All-Star game. Oh, well, like, the media day, whatever that they do before the All-Star game. He did say, these last 23 games are, the most important regular season games of his career. That tells me not only is he putting himself like 0 dark 30 type, and I don't want to like repeat that because last time we did that, we did not make the playoffs.
And that's my point. And that segue to my next point. That's my issue with LeBron. My thing is, I don't need you to say it. I need you to just do it. Just go on the court and just do it.
He
bro.
will. I think he will. I listen. I think it was a lot to take in by breaking the record. Yes, did I want him to play? I did because we needed those games. We needed him there, right? But at the same time, like it's a huge milestone. And again, congrats to him and what he's accomplished for the game of basketball. One of the greatest players to ever live. But I do think he also put the team on notice. Like, we got to get serious. Yeah. Like there's 23 games left. We have no room for error. Like literally, there's no margin for error.
Like
we can't just throw for a reason, right? I would say out of the 23, maybe 10 to 16 of those games are against teams that are ahead of us in the standings.
Yeah.
So it's very important we get after those games right now and take this seriously and make a late playoff push. Praying for just health for those guys, and we could just get in and make some noise. Because I personally think, listen, for the sake of argument, we get in as an 8 seed. I'm not afraid of Denver. Like,
No.
I'm not afraid of Denver.
Where the Nuggets fans at? Where the Nuggets fans at?
I know my boy Angel probably watching this, man. We ain't afraid of Jokic.
That will probably get furious right
now. We're not
now.
afraid of Jokic.
We beat Denver twice.
Yeah.
Once without AD, and the other time we still had the roster before the trade. So I'm not really moved by Denver. Memphis, not really moved by them. Like, the only team I'm like, is Phoenix, obviously, when Katie gets back healthy. And obviously the Clippers. Like, the Clippers are always, as much as I cannot stand that team, I have to give respect when it's due. And those two teams, I look at them like that's a hurdle to get over. But everyone else is fair game. Like, I don't really believe in Dallas. I don't. The Warriors are the dark horse, because if Steph comes back in time, which I think he is, then that's another team. I'm like, okay, like, you could put them in that conversation. They're the defending champs. You got to put them in that conversation. But I'm not totally moved by them either. I'm ready for all the smoke, man. Like, really, like, I haven't felt like this about my Lakers since 2020, when I knew, like, and
that says a lot, man.
Yeah,
because we have Melo, Russ, Dwight, all on the same team, bro.
Yeah. So I just think, like, it's a very important stretch for the Lakers. I do like the moves that they made. They fit very well. The Vandalorian is what his nickname is. Laker Nation is calling him now. I think the man's a steal. The dude makes $4.6 million a year. Like, that's a steal for what he can do on the court. Again, like, the guys fit for what LeBron and AD need to do. And if LeBron and AD show up, I put us against anybody. Like, I really do. I am not moved by any of these teams at the top of the West. Yes, a lot of hypotheticals. Of course, we got to see it on the court. But we've seen a sample size, and a sample size has shown us that this team could be really good. So, what again? The jury's still out on them, and we have to see. Next, let's talk about the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks, they made one move, and I think they would lose 4-2. Okay, all right. Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
Jamal, you gotta chill, bro.
Who is this guy?
Mr. Lee.
Yeah, Mr. Lee. Please have a seat, several seats. If you think Julius Randle is going to lead the New York Knicks in a playoff series against the Lakers, led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But I digress. Let's talk about the New York Knicks and their moves. Well, they made one move at the deadline, which I think may help them really down the line. Adding Josh Hart is a huge piece for the Knicks, and it gives them a jolt of energy, of just some toughness, some grit, especially at that guard/forward position. Josh Hart plays above his size, so I think it's a great fit. Eric, what are your thoughts? Brunson dropping 40 on. All right, okay.
I mean, look,
he did, and he lost.
He did.
Remember?
He did. So
and he took an L. So
he took an L against the Clippers.
Do. Yeah. And I'm not trying to hate the Knicks. You're making me hate the Knicks. Eric, go ahead, because Mr. Lee got me in my bag tonight right now.
Those are the ones I gotta fight, though. The delusion ones. All right, so with this Josh Hart trade. So they only gave up Cam Reddish, a couple other players that are not even playing, and a heavily protected first-round pick, which it will convey. If it conveys, they'll turn to 4 second-round picks. The fact that Josh Hart is literally like playing it like he's been, like averaging like 17 since he got there. Shooting
personally, I think that high is going to come down, but no, it's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. It's going to come down, but the fact that he's going to rebound at a clip, like he's been rebounding like 10 a game. I remember one game, the Blazers played against the Knicks, he had 19 rebounds.
Are you sure Julius Randle's not going to start stealing those rebounds? Because he.
No, he good.
Julius
he
Randle
got
gets a little.
He'd be fine. No,
Okay.
Jalen Brunson got him a lock. So yeah. So
I love Julius, man, but man,
he's out.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Man.
He's a flamethrower. Yeah. So anyway, the fact that Jalen Brunson even celebrated the way he did the night of the trade, let us know that okay, they're teammates in Villanova, they won national championship, they're close with each other, and also Josh Hart was with Julius Randle when they were with the Lakers, so we have that camaraderie there already. The camaraderie and the familiarity over there.
Got a quick question. Those leftovers, they taste pretty good, don't they?
Listen, in the oven, they come out of the oven, yes. Microwave, not so much.
Randall better learn how to go right. Is this Stephen A. Smith's burner? He's going left. Well,
so with Josh Hart coming into the rotation, he's been playing heavy minutes as usual. He's perfect for the tip system. He plays defense, he rebounds. There are instances where he'll get the rebound and have a one man fast break where in which they need more of those because they're near the bottom third in pace. So they need those easy buckets out of transition. So he provides that. Also, I think he provides a defensive versatility at the three, which they need the most. And on top of that, since RJ Barrett's been struggling defensively all year long, maybe it starts to light a fire under RJ. And plus, I think this All-Star break is really needed for him to reset, just to recalibrate himself and get himself back into the game, But during the 3 games, you see the especially in the fourth quarter when they had trouble closing out games due to not getting that defensive rebound to close out the game, like the game against the Clippers, a couple games during the game against the Mavericks. So Josh Hart at least provides that another guy who can crash the boards. And on top of that, Mitchell Robinson, he's on his way to coming back. So that you add that another defensive layer to your rotation. Now you're thinking about this team. Do you really want to play this team in a playoff series? It's because. But okay, but besides the Bucks, Celtics, and Sixers, the Cavaliers scare me. No, and the other teams in the East, they're better than the Heat. They're better than the Nets. They're better than the Hawks. Better than the Wizards and the Bulls. Okay, so I mean. Come on, man. They're right now.
No, I would say the Knicks, what you're gonna get from them though, they're going to play hard as hell. And Brunson, who should have been an all-star, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, should have been an all-star.
Agreed.
I agree. I think they are in a good position to possibly upset a team. I don't know who that team is, but Harold is going nuts right now.
Blitzed by 20. Stop playing. That's the same team that got blitzed by the Knicks by 20 points and got their coach fired today on his day off.
Yeah, Ariel. The Hawks are deep fried cooked. They're no. Yeah, the Hawks don't scare a soul. The Hawks are cooked, brother, man. But the Knicks making it to the second round. I
Not
don't
a
know about
6
that.
seed,
Depending-
bro. Y'all gonna beat the third
depending-
seed?
Depending on
The
the
Knicks-
matchup, I put like this: if it's against the Bucks or Celtics, no, I don't see it. But they can push into 6 games. The Sixers. Here's my thing about the Sixers.
So if the playoffs started today, the Knicks will play the
Okay.
Sixers in the first round. Y'all don't have a soul that can guard
Against Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid, bro. A soul. Now,
but here's my
I don't
theory.
think
But
your
here's my-
guard defense is good enough to contain James Harden. I think he'll feast against you guys.
Not even James Harden. Maxey.
Right.
But here's my theory. I always like to watch.
Are you
Sixers in the
comfortable?
playoffs.
So like
He wasn't saying they were sweeping the team though. He wasn't.
So I got a question for you, Eric. Hypothetically speaking, if the playoffs started today, right, the Lakers would not make the playoffs. So yeah, we would be a butt of a lot of jokes. But the Knicks would face off against the Sixers if the playoffs started today. Are you confident enough that a combination of Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims
And
in the
Hartenstein.
playoffs and Hartenstein in a playoff setting to contain Joel Embiid?
No, but here's the thing though. I'm gonna have those 3 centers beat them up for 15 fouls.
I was
you
thinking
at
that.
least get 15 fouls. You get
Yeah.
the 3 big to beat him up a little bit.
But
He's gonna
then
have to work to get his 35, 40 points.
So then y'all gonna have
And
Obi
then-
Toppin guarding him then. If that's the
And then
case.
also-
But then also though,
but
like if that's a strategy, right? Then you're putting Embiid at the line, and he's what, like an 85% free throw shooter. You're giving him free points. Like, I understand the concept, I get it, right? But like slowing the game down to me actually favors the Sixers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I'm gonna help y'all, my New York brother. I could see what he kind of saying with the Sixers because the Sixers, like, who really fears them? I don't know. I don't feel like
No,
they are on that.
I'm not saying no. Yeah, I'm
Also-
not saying the
also-
Knicks will get swept. I think the Knicks will actually. The Knicks could beat them in 7 games. To me, like if it gets down to it, you know what I'm saying? Because we've seen James Harden in playoff.
That's what I was gonna go. The playoff James Harden and playoff Doc
And
Rivers
Doc-
always shows
Yeah.
up every single year.
People don't talk about playoff Doc
I'm
Rivers
banking
enough.
I'm banking on playoff Doc Rivers showing up and playoff James Harden. Like, hey,
Let's be
give
more
you like
specific.
a tour day
Let's be more-
concert, like a 4 for
let's
15,
be more specific.
3 for 19.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Clipper Doc Rivers. Okay,
Jeez.
Remember that 3-1 lead?
Orlando Magic, Doc Rivers.
Well, remember the 3-1 lead.
No,
You know what?
3-1 league
In
against the Nuggets.
2020, I forgot what was
2020
that?
bubble.
The
2020
'96
bubbles.
Bulls where they were supposed to be. Remember that? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't
Yeah,
bet
that-
on, like, even the Sixers still a favorite, but I could see a possibility because Embiid always get hurt in the postseason somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Harden, his whole debacle. Doc Rivers, his whole debacle. And you got that fathead dude on y'all team, Brunson, man, who just
That's crazy.
he just do his thing. I'm not gonna lie, he been moving. Like, so, it's a world that's possible. I'm not gonna like knock what you're saying because now when I'm really thinking about it, I'm like, it is possible, but my money's on the Sixers.
Yeah, like and the reason why I'm saying, like, again, I'm not gonna bet against the Sixers in that series, but I won't be surprised if the Knicks could beat them because, like, so now Brunson's gonna show up. I know that. Julius Randle, I believe, will show up. But and Josh Hart, I think, will show up. What he does doesn't require, like, just like high level skill, offensive type of player. But
RJ Barrett's the key.
that's what I was about to say. It's like, can RJ Barrett? He has to be that. He has to be that guy because James Harden's going to get his. Joel Embiid is going to get his, and Tobias Harris has been consistent. And then they have Maxey, like, who has actually, like, thrived in big moments. Like, we've seen that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, is R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly and is Quentin Grimes going to hit the three that's needed to either win the game or turn the momentum in? Like, I don't know, and I'm not confident in choosing those guys.
I'm more of a I trust Emmanuel Quickly more than Quentin Grimes giving you those big spurts that we need in the third or fourth quarters.
That's
He's been doing that all year long.
But your coach Tibbs probably don't think so.
Oh, actually, Tibbs plays more IQ than he does RJ. I think so. Because I just been watching these games, and RJ Barrett's been benching the fourth quarters lately. If you watch those games,
that's sick.
He was benching the Laker game. If you remember,
he was getting cooked in the Laker game. Like, what was he going to do?
Yeah, he was getting benched, and
that's why he got benched. Like literally, he was getting hunted. Like literally, he was getting hunted on defense.
So it wouldn't surprise me if, say, like the fourth quarter, Knicks need to win and tie the series up. He goes with Josh Hart, Brunson, IQ, and then Randall and Mitch to close out the fourth quarter.
Jeez, that's a kind of a weak backcourt.
Well, I think at the end of the day,
it's been working.
It has been. Brunson has been lighting the city on fire. I really like what he's been doing. Yeah. And like Dallas, you really effed up. Think
about the whole dynamic of letting go Jalen Brunson to now. Instead of having the Mavericks re-sign for 4 years, $55 million, less than half that he's going to give with the Knicks.
Yeah, we're going to get to that and how they fumbled that, because they're about to fumble something else. But we're going to get to that later. Next, we have the Brooklyn.
Shout out.
Thank you, Mikal Bridges.
We got the Brooklyn Nets. And they have made a slew of trades this trade deadline.
Should have made more.
And trading Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith, and getting a pick and 2 second-rounders, and then quickly pivoting and trading Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns for 4 first-round picks, I believe all unprotected, for Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, who got rerouted to Milwaukee.
5 seconds.
And 5 seconds. And Cam Johnson. We've seen the team. We've seen the team on the court as of late. Bridges looks really good. Cam Johnson looks iffy right now, but I think he's trying to find his way.
Oh yeah, you gotta judge.
I'll get to my concern about the Nets with this deal in a second, but I do think the Nets are set up for the future. I think they got a haul. Getting those picks, late in the latter years of 2029 and 2030. Who knows what the Phoenix Suns will look like by then?
And the Mavs.
But here's the thing. They look great. I like what I see. Jacques Vaughn, who just got an extension. Shout out to Jacques Vaughn. Well deserved. Top 7 offense. In the league. Top 15, I believe, defense as well. So
top 10.
All right. I said top 15. All right. The Nets. I think. Do I think they could have gotten more? Absolutely. But what they came out with, though, not too bad. Personally, they should have traded Kyrie to the Lakers. But anyway,
Austin Reeves, I'm good.
Yo, chill. You don't want hillbilly Kobe. But I do think my issue, or I would say issue, my concern is you have a guy on your books who refuses to shoot the ball. I don't know where his playing time is going to come in. He's now coming off the bench, which is not a good look right now. And then on top of that, Cam ain't shit funny. Thomas doesn't seem too happy now coming off the bench.
Getting less minutes after that game.
His press conference was very telling.
Y'all are reaching. This is a reach foul.
It's not a reach. It's what we see, sir. But Josh, give us your take on what you've seen from the Nets. What do you like about the trade so far? How do you think the team will mesh? And going forward, what do you expect?
There's a lot to unpack. So I'm gonna try to get through everything quick. The Cam Thomas thing, let me just speak on that real quick. He was mad because he just got fined for saying the no mo stuff. So he showed a little bit of personality, and after that he's just like, damn, I gotta pay $40K out of my pocket. I'm still on the rookie deal. I don't got that much, bruh. So, I understand him not giving the interviewers more personality. That's why I took it as. The trades, I'm not gonna lie. I told y'all since the summer, we should have been to this, but I'm happy that we came out with what we got back from these trades. Since middle of the season, especially for KD, I wouldn't expect this much to get back from him. The picks wise, I would have liked more picks wise because as Kevin Durant we're talking about, top 5 player in the league for some people, definitely. But I would have liked more picks backs. But Mikal Bridges has been a clear surprise. I only watch Mikal Bridges for like I watch ball, so I watch like when he's on national TV. I don't watch every 82 games for the Suns. So him doing the stuff that he's been doing lately in the last month for the Suns, I just got put on by Suns fans on Twitter. So I think he's better than what he is. I'm not going to call him a star yet. We got to see if he could do it for more stretch of games, But I'm happy with the trade package that we got back. And our team is not as bad as you would think it is after trading away the 2 only All-Stars on our team, So we're in a good spot. Future-wise, I don't know because Mikal Bridges is 26. Cam Johnson is 26 also. The only young guys we got on our team is kind of like Cam and Claxton. So the future thing, I don't know. Most of these guys are like entering their prime or in their prime already, other than those 2 players that I mentioned.
But I think with Mikal Bridges, he has a lot of value. And we seen that when we heard about the trade that Memphis was gonna give to get Mikal Bridges. What was it? 4 first-round draft picks, something like that.
Yeah, the Grizzlies offered the Nets 4 first-round picks for him, which is like here's the problem with that, because now what you're doing is it's like the Rudy Gobert thing. You're mucking up the market. Mikal Bridges, you mean to tell me Mikal Bridges is worth what the Nets got for KD? Come on.
So like he's probably like your most valuable player on the team. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
So if y'all ever wanted the package and just start all over, forget, because right now you guys are in purgatory with the roster that you guys have now, right? So if you guys want to rebuild it and blow the entire thing up and start from scratch again, you see his market, you see his market value. You guys could possibly trade Mikal Bridges and get that number of draft picks back and then start again.
Yeah.
And then you guys role plays like
what's also interesting? What's also interesting is I think in order to get off Ben Simmons, y'all gonna have to give up a pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See,
so no one's taking him straight up.
It's also like you're recouping all these picks, obviously, for the future, but also at the same time, I'm sure Sean Marks in that front office knows in order to get off of him, you're gonna have to attach a pick to Ben Simmons in order to get off of him. So
listen.
I wonder who's gonna trade for Ben Simmons. That's
the Rockets.
That's
any bad team will trade. Any bad team will trade him. But
I've heard that James Harden might go back to Houston.
I hope that happens because I'm gonna laugh at Philly.
Yeah, man.
Some clubs is fire out there.
It's like, oh man, like Ben.
I get it, but Houston, why are you going to sign James Harden knowing that you got the influx of young guys down there trying to develop and whatnot? I don't get it. And plus the coaches,
Who
I'm
is
hearing
it?
the coaches on the hot seat down there. Steven Silas. They traded away Eric Gordon. He told y'all like back a couple months ago, like, yo, they ain't no
John Wall
improvement
said
down
they
there.
trash.
John Wall said they're trash, and they traded him to Houston on trade deadline day.
Gotta think
What?
they
That
would
was
love him
funny.
back. They want to sell those tickets, man. They wanted to sell. They need. I don't know how they salesmen. You gotta look at the attendance rating down there, but
No,
it
I
gotta
don't
be
think
that.
they out. It's probably bottom 5.
It
And
gotta
plus,
be
it's
that.
like at the same time, I understand the development, but at the same time, this is like year 3 of the development.
Mhm.
At some point, they got to at least strike. You know,
Somebody has to make a
just-
leap. Yep.
Yeah.
And shout out. Thanks for bringing up the
Yes,
Rockets
sir.
because this is why.
Yes, sir, Nicholas. Yes, sir.
Yes,
This is
sir.
why
Talk soon. Talk
I'm
soon.
not. Are you talking about Mikhail?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is why talking about the Rockets that I kind of get the Nets and trying to like Amani said, stay in purgatory because the Rockets own our picks until what 2026.
Yeah.
So it's
2026,
we might as well
2027.
stay a playoff team ish type team because
Play in.
really we have nothing to lose. So why we take it for? Why we gonna bottom out if they gonna
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. You
the
can't
benefits
tank.
of it? So
Yeah. You can't tank. But
I
then
kinda
again, you got
understand
to. But then again, you did get a whole bunch of first round picks back. So
yeah, we did. But it's
it
like
kind of evens out a little bit.
yeah, but
Hey, listen, the Nets.
as long as the
quick question.
Rockets are still bad,
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with this direction. If the Rockets become good, that's when I start to get worried.
Yeah. Quick question. Do the Nets stay in 5 or do they slip down?
I think they could stay in 5. It just depends on if Jock Vaughn is going to play Patty Mills in the rotation or not. That's what it depends on. Because we lose games when Patty Mills plays.
I mean, y'all beat us.
I
Patty
think-
Mills is open. I'm
I
just
thi-
saying.
I think listen. Right now, if the playoffs were to start, it's the Cavs and Nets in the first round.
I think we could beat the Cavs.
That's a
60-40 Cavs. 60-40.
yeah. Like I can't call it because the Cavs. I don't know. Like they're missing clearly something.
Do they even have
Seen
a
all
bench?
players
Shooting.
Do they
give
even have a
Donovan
bench, Cavaliers?
They don't.
No.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Oof.
They don't.
Because
But yeah,
They don't have no wings. They don't have a bench.
they have
right.
no wins
And,
except for
they-
Isaac
they-
Okoro.
They just lost their vet. Mhm.
right.
Kevin Love.
But all
He's
in
been
all,
shipped out.
listen, I think the Nets have made some moves in the right direction. We'll see how that goes. Now, around the league, we'll get to obviously the fallout of the trade deadline. You got buyout candidates, right? And a lot of buyout candidates have been moved around, and one of the biggest buyout candidates was Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook, who recently just got traded from the Lakers to the Jazz, the Nets in 7 days.
Against the Cavaliers.
Against the Cavs. Oh yeah, no.
Mhm.
I don't think the Nets will get out the first round this year. Russell Westbrook gets traded to the Jazz, and then had a few days to kind of figure out what's going to happen, what he wanted to do. Heard talks about the Bulls, and then the Heat, and then obviously the Clippers. It just made sense that he stood home. I personally thought the Bulls would have been a good spot for him because I think that would have guaranteed him a starting slot. And then help that team get to the playoffs, make a push in the playoffs rather. But I don't blame him, man. You're from LA, you don't want to move, to the East Coast in the cold. To
Especially Chicago, man. It's
Right.
different out there, bro. It's different.
Right. Yeah. How do you guys like the move?
I think it's better than him going to the Bulls because the Bulls to me is another chaotic situation that he would be getting into personally. Like that whole Zach LaVine thing is really I don't know why people are not talking about that more.
Yeah, he was about to get traded he was about to get traded and right at the trade deadline to the Knicks.
Yeah, he's mad that he got to move off ball, and sometimes it's like, yo, bro, like I think.
And then there were rumblings about him with him and Billy Donovan, and they were about to have a mutiny against Zach LaVine. So,
and then if Westbrook went there, and they continued to play worse, oh, Westbrook is just a problem. Oh, yeah. Good thing he didn't go there, man. Good thing he didn't go there.
Yeah. Him with the Clippers. It's interesting to see how this is going to fit. I do think, though, he's in a better situation because of the way the roster is constructed with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of fits more of his skill set of what he needs to succeed on the floor. Have abundance of shooters. You got a lot of wings around. Guys can get his own shot. What I'm concerned about is the same thing we've seen before. Is when is Russ going to be able to move off ball more rather than stand in the corner? Because then now, if that's the case, defenses are going to key in on Kawhi and Paul George, and you're going to have more one-on-one basketball than actually guys moving the ball. What also is like funny to me is that, you know, them signing Russ, Bones Highland left Denver, wanted out of Denver because he wanted a more prominent role. The Clippers trade for him, then proceed to sign Eric Gordon, who already has Terrence Mann starting as your point guard. Then you sign Eric Gordon, and then you get Russell Westbrook. So, and there's a rumblings about Russ actually starting. Does that move Mann to the bench? I mean, like, I don't know. But again, like, I'm sure Ty Lue will figure that out because Ty Lue is a very good coach. He knows what he's doing. I'm interested to see how the fit is going to work. And I can't wait to see it, man. And I think, all in all, the way Russ has been playing this year, I think he'll be a positive for them. But also, I'm interested to see, like, his deficiencies, you know, with his shooting. What other dynamic can he bring? Because the interesting part about Russ and LeBron was that they started to get a rhythm together. Like, they were able to play off each other. A lot of pin down screens between the two. I wanted to see more of it. And Cam and even Vogel last year didn't run that enough. But, like, how is that going to look with Kawhi and Paul George? We have evidence with Paul George and Russ playing really well. Paul George had his best statistical numbers in OKC with playing with Russ. You know, but now, like, I'm interested to see what does that look like with Kawhi Leonard. So I do think it'll work somehow, some way. But he is the enemy now, and I hope they lose and they don't see prosperity in the NBA.
Yep, facts.
But all in all, I do wish Russ success for sure.
Yeah. The only thing that kind of worries me is him clicking with Kawhi, because I know that a lot of players on the Clippers, like, they were for getting Russ, you know, especially Paul George, as you just mentioned. Like, he had his best statistical season, and he was pushing for Russ to come to the Clippers, even when the front office wasn't even thinking about bringing Russ in. Like, Russ was looking elsewhere. Like, we thought Russ was gonna. I remember seeing an article that Russ was gonna go back to Washington, and then he was also thinking about going to the Bulls. It was like, all right, the Bulls I kind of get, but why are you going back to Washington? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he has like some like camp set up already there or something like that. Like, you know, like, because that was his last great year in Washington.
He averaged a triple-double and dragged that team to the playoffs.
Right, exactly. But, you know, and I know that this goes back to 2019 when Paul George left the Clippers to go when he left Oklahoma to go to the Clippers, and they was talking about Russ probably being on board with that as well too, but Kawhi wasn't with that.
Yeah. So basically how the story supposedly went, again, I'm not aggregating that it happened. I don't know. I was not there. But, you know, you ask questions and, you know, you try to get into the weeds of things. You know, Russ wanted to go home. He knew Kawhi was trying to go back to LA. Kawhi then.
Wait, hold on. Here's the thing though. But Bill don't got nothing going for him. You see what I'm saying? Like Bill is just rotting in Washington right now. So you have this player who's like potentially him joining the Clippers puts him in the best situation possible to win the
absolutely.
championship.
Absolutely.
Nothing for him. I don't care about playing with Bill. Like players got to wake up and realize, like, bro, like, you know, you're at this your end stage of your career. Like, it's win or nothing. Like, and playing with Bill and Kuzma and all of them and Porzingis, you're just having fun. Like, you're not doing
playing
anything.
team right now. But they're playing team right now.
Win, lose, or
Come
draw.
on, let's be realistic, man. Is the Washington Wizards winning the championship anytime soon? Exactly.
Yeah, no way.
My point exactly.
The Clippers are way closer to a chip than Washington is. But you know, back to the story. I think, you know, if I'm not mistaken, you know, Kawhi, you know, then used that interest of Russ wanting to go to LA and calling Paul George and saying, "Hey, man, your man's want to leave. You should leave, but I want to play with you. I don't want to play with him." Right. In the most, you know, simplest way I could put it. So again, you know, I
wonder what that conversation was like with Kawhi, man.
Very robotic.
One of my guests, man.
But you know, I think I'm sure that listen, they're grown men. I'm sure they had conversations up until now, just mending those fences if there is any mending to do. But I don't know. I'm interested to see how it happens with Russ and the Clippers, man. Like, obviously there is some motivation behind that, because of how Russ was treated when he was with the Lakers. Very unfairly, for sure.
They called him a vampire.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, stop. Y'all bugging out. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. No. DC is not. No, we're not going to entertain that. We are not going to entertain that whatsoever. And yeah, like CP did for the Suns, they did nothing. They didn't win anything. They were just trying to trade CP3, literally, like a couple weeks ago. But that's neither here or there. But now we get to another buyout candidate, Patrick Black Air Force One Beverly.
Run around like he popped, man.
Patrick Beverly has been bought out by the Orlando Magic, and he is signing with the Chicago Bulls. Patrick Beverly goes back home. He is from Chicago. I do think, obviously, the Bulls need something. I don't know. Listen, the Bulls have no incentive to tank because they don't own their pick.
He didn't save you.
Right. So they have to try to win. And adding Patrick Beverly, I think, helps with that for them.
Great.
In the grand scheme of things, does that catapult them to top 6 in the East? No, but it helps them keep at bay to stay competitive. I think.
I mean, he won in the play-in last year, so give him that. Give him that.
Here's the thing with Pat Bev. Pat Bev is going to provide energy. He's going to provide a spark, especially for Zach LaVine, in my opinion. You know, I mean,
shout out to Caruso.
Yeah, shout out to
Alex Caruso.
I do think, and I was going to get to Caruso. I do think if the Bulls could try out Patrick Beverly and Caruso at the same time on the court,
that's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a crazy defensive backcourt. But in spurts, you know. Do I think Patrick Beverly starts? I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get the Darvin Ham treatment, and Darvin Ham was starting him, playing him over 30 minutes a night. But I do think he'll play significant minutes. Obviously, with the news of Lonzo Ball announcing that he's done for the year, which I anticipated. And I hope he gets healthy, man, because it sucks to see that. It's like it's fearing that the Brandon Roy type of injury.
They say he still can't run.
Yeah, which is pretty scary.
So said performance limiting.
Yeah, so it sucks for him. And I hope he has a recovery in this all season. He can get right and get back on the court.
Big baller,
because I'm a personal fan of Lonzo, man. Like I really like when we drafted him. Albeit I wanted us to draft Jason Tatum, but I really was a believer in Lonzo. And he kind of started showing flashes of what he could be, especially in Chicago.
Triple B's.
But yeah, I think Patrick Beverly, it's not a needle mover, but it's good. Like I think it's good for them. Yeah, thoughts.
So from a Laker fan perspective, y'all know how I feel. I like Patrick Beverly, man. I know Laker Nation, they got on him a lot, you know what I'm saying, because he was just on the court, like just causing chaos and stuff like that. But technically, it's not really his fault because, like, we're asking this guy to do a lot. We're asking him to make shots and stuff like that. Like, I know he's coming off a year where he played in Minnesota where he was shooting like 40% from three. Like, thing is, they were surrounded by he was surrounded by a group of guys who can shoot. You know, now you got guys who can't shoot, so we're asking him to do a lot. But you know, I'm gonna miss Pat Bev. You know, wish him the best. And remember, I said this before, way before before he became a Laker. Like, yo, and I feel like we all can agree that Pat Bev is a player that you hate to play against, but you want him on your team. So when we made him a Laker, like I was like really excited because I'm like, yo, like I don't know how it's gonna fit, but like there's definitely, especially having Darvin Ham as a coach as well. Remember, at one point we was about to have Rasheed Wallace on the coaching staff as well too. Man, like our team was gonna sound like Rikers, man. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted that for our ball club. You feel me? Because you know, because you got Braun who be playing lazy. You know what I'm saying? AD, you know, get injured. Like we needed that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm gonna miss Pat Bev and all he did for us. You know, they say that he has the greatest technical foul of all time, which is crazy. But you know, wish you the best, man. But like, good luck in Chicago, man. That's all I got to say.
Shout out to Cuffs, the legend, Key Fob. You know, we got the Key Fob finals coming up. Fight for your fob. We was this running joke before the trade deadline. Like Patrick Beverly was fighting for his Key Fob all year, you know, to stay, you know, with the Lakers, and evidently that Key Fob got deactivated. But yeah, man, I think Pat Bev will do well. He'll bring something to the Bulls that I think they've been missing.
Yeah.
I'm not moved. I'm not moved by this move, even though it's a great story and everything. I'm not moved. Let's be real. Come on, we on the Eastern Conference. Come on, Eric. Let's talk about it. Are we scared of this team?
They ain't making the play-in.
They're not making a play-in. Like they're missing the playoffs.
We
ain't making no play-in.
So we know what the Bulls is like. The Bulls is not like that. So
come on,
like I said,
they've been
hot and cold all year for sure.
Like I said about the Westbrook situation, it's a bad situation for them. The Nets beat them when we had half our team available. We smoked them. Like I don't know. And then Pat Bev made that comment saying, "Oh, the East is weak. Get out of here! What are y'all doing over here, bro? Out of here!"
Hey, he gonna take the Bulls to the playoffs, man.
It's just a great.
Remember, he wanted to play in last year. Give him that.
He wanted to be back home. Okay, that's great, but it's not moving me, man. It's not moving me at all.
Yeah,
I think I speak for both. You know, me and Eric were on the same page for once. We're not scared of that team. Come on.
Yeah. The Bulls.
They ain't making no play-in. They ain't making no play-in.
They don't fear nobody. They don't, unfortunately. But yeah, man. So, you know, that wraps up pretty much, you know, the biggest news around the league.
K-Love.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you for reminding me. See, that's why we got Josh from the pod now, man. Like Josh is always on point. He's on his P's and Q's. Kevin Love getting bought out by the Cleveland Cavaliers, which was actually like blindsided almost to a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people didn't think he was going to get bought out.
I found it. Hold on. I found it crazy that I think it happened the night they was playing against the Sixers when the Cavs was down by like 27. I found it crazy that the man was legit sitting on the bench, and then hours later agrees to a buyout. I thought that was crazy, but I kind of exactly. So it's like I kind of seen it coming. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's pretty much what the buyout market is for like vets to get a shot at winning a championship and also proving their worth that they still belong in the league.
Is a championship in Miami?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what's in Miami for him. I don't get it. Like he said, Bam Adebayo better make some space. You know what I'm saying? Somebody on that team that get. But then here's the thing. Like I said, that goes to my point. Players feel that they can also prove themselves to get a contract for next season. So when you look at the Miami Heat team, right? They just traded Dwayne Dedmon to the Spurs. So who's their backup center or power forward? What Udonis Haslem?
Some Higgs Smith or something like that.
Who does he get minutes? Exactly.
He be playing. I be seeing him play, but I don't think he's that good.
But all right. But
Yeah.
you know, you get an upgrade with Kevin Love. Not
Yeah.
saying it's a major upgrade, but you get somebody like Kevin Love who's going to try to do his best. Because remember, he still wants to get a contract for next season. That's what I'm gonna say.
I feel it's just confusing. Like,
so where do you think he should have went?
I don't know why you get bought out from the Cleveland. They're 4th seed. That's the only confusing thing to me.
I get it, but no, but
he left Cleveland and they're the 4th seed to go to a team who's the 10th seed or the 7th seed. Sorry, so it's like
that's the only confusing thing about it.
No,
it's Miami, of course. No tax, and Miami they have
strip clubs, jet skiing.
They don't care until the second half of the season.
Warm weather.
Miami makes that run. So maybe Miami, because you can never count Miami out for some reason with Pat Riley there and all that. Get it?
True.
But I'm at the same time, you want a young team that they need a backup.
They ain't the same like last year.
No.
Or
the 2020 team either. No.
But that's why I was confused. Like, why would you negotiate that when they need a backup big in Cleveland, 4th seed, and you go into a worse team?
I get it. Sometimes winning is just for some players. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking what I think, but for some players, they feel like winning is not everything. They also want to prove themselves to see if they get a contract for next year. But I think Kevin Love for sure, because the way they was talking when he left, right, is that they're going to retire his jersey and stuff like that. Like, if he would have stayed, possibly he was going to get a contract next year.
Retire his jersey.
They love him. So I get what you're saying. It's a weird move.
Yeah, definitely a weird move.
I guess they need more shooting anyway, so he's a big man.
Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do.
Listen, Kevin Love is great, but if you retire his jersey, that's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, bro.
Now we're gonna segue from the buyout and the trades and all the transactions that happened. All-Star game.
Oh boy.
All-Star weekend.
Oh man.
A conversation needs to be had, Adam Silver.
Ever since he took over, let's be honest.
Man,
he's been getting away with a lot.
Question to y'all before
the
we
2020 All-Star game was,
Okay, that was my question. So what was the last? What was the last time y'all watched the All-Star game that we all enjoyed? Remember when it came down to the end, LeBron had the ball, Giannis was guarding him, everybody in the background going crazy, and the game ended on a free throw due to AD.
Even last year, LeBron hit the game winner.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
That was a good one too. Like
that was fun.
This year, literally, it was a layup line.
Yeah, dunk fest, 3-point shootout.
You
had Celtics on Celtics crime. And you had everybody.
That was the most competitive thing about the game.
You had everybody. When you're playing 1-on-1 or you playing a game,
both captains get hurt,
and you got people standing on the court and like there's no space. That's the way it felt when Jalen and JT was going at it.
Yeah,
like everybody just watching the game. Like, and you seen like Kyrie and Joel like trying to encourage the players. Like, yo, let's play hard. I know. SGA was tight that LeBron blocked his shot. Like, bro, it's the All-Star game, bro. Like we as fans, we're here to watch to see the best players square off against each other. You feel me?
And he said he got something for the next game.
Yeah, whatever, man. We ready.
Man,
anyway,
please.
Are you?
Come on, bro.
Real talk, we're beating the Thunder.
I hate to feed LeBron's motivation, but remember, I was upset on the last episode because LeBron broke the record and we still lost to the Thunder, bro.
Yeah.
And thanks to SGA.
Yo, that was before the trade, too.
So I get what you're saying, but still, like, I hate to feed LeBron's motivation, but bro, you got to think about stuff like that. Like when dudes remember that you broke the record, they're gonna remember that you lost. When Kobe dropped 6 on the last game, he won. He won out with a bang. You feel me? I hate to compare. But that's just me. That's just how I'm going to remember stuff like that. But anyway, like I was saying, bro, it's the All-Star game, bro. Like, dudes got to legit, like, just, like, I players don't want to get hurt. Probably they training staff is talking about, like, take it easy. Bro, you got selected for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
also, too, like, it's the greatest pickup game ever assembled.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what are we doing? Like,
Mhm.
have some pride. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the stage where you like, yeah, listen, the roster's what, 12 man roster?
So man,
12.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the 24 best guys in the world. You want to be able to say, I want to be the number one guy that night
Right.
out of all 24. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, like, when Kobe played, he took that ish seriously, man. Like, because it was like, oh, like, I'm on the court with the greatest players assembled. I want to be able to, like, to show that I'm the cream of the crop. Like, I'm better than everybody here.
And the part that really upset me was that go ahead,
unless
Eric.
it's George
Go
Karl.
ahead.
Unless it's George
Right.
Karl.
Yeah, let's not talk about George Karl.
Man's got Twitter beef.
Yeah, man.
With-
George
with
Karl,
what-
leave my man Guru alone, man.
with a Laker Nation member got Twitter beef. It's crazy. But the thing that really bothered me was that I know that it's especially Luka Doncic, man, because he ain't
Christian,
do nothing.
for real. For
He ain't
real.
do-
Like,
he
they're
ain't do
literally saying
nothing.
F them kids, man. They're not
Yeah.
even, like, putting in effort. It's crazy.
And that's perfect because that segues to my next point. I understand that they have a target score now. The issue with that was when Team Braun started to make a comeback, right? They was still sagging off on defense, letting guys get to the rim. And it's like, yo, like you're coming back. Make the comeback. You see what I'm saying? Like, and how many times did we see Team Giannis get the rebound and have several attempts at winning the game? And it's just like, yo, bro,
like they had like 7 attempts. I was like, yo, what is
seven
this?
attempts. Like Laurie Markkinen shot a jump shot in the corner, he bricked. Tatum shot a shot, he bricked.
Yeah.
Lillard shot a shot, he bricked. Like, so it's like, yo, bro, when you gonna wake up and like make this game competitive again? You know what I'm saying? Like, legit, it was a lit line, it was a dunk fest, it was a 3-point shootout. Dudes just wanted to take it easy and stuff like that. Like, it was a kind of slap in the face to the fans, and also like. I don't know if the city had anything to do with it, but you know, it's Utah. Like,
Yeah, it was.
Y'all see what y'all see what Charles Barkley said about Utah? He said everybody going to heaven.
Everybody going to heaven.
Yeah, everyone. What I heard was that, like, there was no restaurants. Only one restaurant open late out in Salt Lake.
Shaq said he was in his hotel. That's the most
room
service he ordered.
Most room service he had.
Like,
And remember, 2024 is going to be in Indiana.
Come on, bro! Like, come on,
this
bro.
This thing with the All-Star game is like, and I think like it's a lot of stuff to do with why players don't care right now. Some of it has to go to the media on how they talk about the sport of basketball. Sport of basketball is just, but
media basketball discourse is so cooked, it's insane.
But do you have a ring? That's the only argument that matters. So now players are just like,
you want to hear something funny?
Whatever.
This is why NBA discourse is cooked, right? One prime example. Today on First Take, Stephen A. Smith and JJ Redick were talking about, LeBron James, if he misses the playoffs at age 38.
Oh yeah.
Stephen A. Smith says it's a blemish in his career, right? So then JJ Redick says, well, Jordan was 38 on the Wizards. Was that a blemish on his career? And he's like, well, he was on the Wizards. He's like, nah, you're moving the goalposts, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Stay consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So my question to y'all is, because I've been seeing a bunch of things on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram on just, if y'all was the commissioner, what would y'all do to change the All-Star game? I'll start with me. I would say since the jerseys are trash, I would say the dudes need to go back to wearing their old jerseys, because it's getting ridiculous at this point. Whereas, like, as a fan, I used to look forward to seeing what the All-Star jersey was going to look like, and there's no effort at all. Like,
I got a theory on that. I agree. They should wear their own jerseys, but you know what they should wear? The throwback jerseys of their respective teams.
Yeah, that would be fire.
Like, each year they could commemorate an era.
They should have did that for last year for the 70. But now that you say that was the 72nd anniversary of the All-Star game, right? So 3 more years, we got 75th. So
But what they should
could do something like that.
like what they could really do is like maybe they could commemorate like eras. You know, obviously the 60s era weren't many teams, but you know, you go the 60s, 70s,
This is a white
80s.
t-shirt and shorts.
You know, as JJ Redick said, plumbers. You know, like go back to those. Like I would love to see like if like Siakam, right? He's in the All-Star game. I want to see like the Vince Carter like Toronto Raptor jersey. I want to see you know the old Laker like the real purple and gold like jersey like LeBron have LeBron wear. You know
the old Denver Nuggets
Phoenix
jerseys.
The old Nuggets, the Phoenix jerseys, like in the 90s, and have Memphis, have John Moran wear the Vancouver joints. Like it's just like I want to like have them wear their own jerseys, but have them wear throwbacks of their respective teams, like iconic throwback jerseys every single year, and make different iteration colors of them. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's one of my issues with the All-Star game. Say it again, Josh.
I think the players need more incentives. Like this comment says right here. They don't care. They're not gonna say they don't really care about the charity thing. They're like, okay,
nah, say what it is. Say what you just said.
They don't really care.
And it's coming from their pockets, really.
You know what they care about? They care about, oh, I'm getting extra money for this. Give them extra money, and for people to be more serious. I saw this. They said an MLB All-Star. It's like
no, don't say it, bro. I disagree. I disagree, but go ahead.
You have. I feel like because what we saw on Sunday was a disgrace, bro. That was crazy.
Go ahead and say it.
It was almost like Pro Bowl level type of atrocity. Like that. It was bad.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, my bad, Josh. If I could get on the court and get some buckets, you feel me? That's the way it was looking, man. Like, if I could just hit Donovan Mitchell with a crossover, he let me go to the basket. That's 2 points for me in the record book. But that's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Josh.
And that's why I said we need more incentive. Even though I get what you're saying, Omani. I get because at first when somebody first told that to me, I was like, I don't like that because you working so hard all season to get home court advantage. But for these players to take it serious.
But what is that to
East
a player like? Okay,
but like the East versus West.
But what is that to a player like SGA who's probably not gonna, you feel me, make it to the finals?
That's what I'm saying. Players like SGA, that's not gonna matter. But the starters is gonna care more. They be like, wait.
Imagine Giannis like, yo, I need you to play hard. I'm trying to get home court. Actually, I don't care, man. What?
But here's the thing too, though. Here's an issue with that. Because if home court is going to be contingent on the All-Star game, what's the point of me playing hard through regular season games throughout the year?
Exactly.
You're already load managing, right? On top of that, now it's like, wait, I don't got to really play all these games to make sure my team solidifies home court advantage as long as we win the All-Star game.
This is Adam Silver. I know you listening, bro. This is your fault.
And on top of that, they're thinking about adding in-season tournament.
Yeah.
With Euro teams.
Yeah, they want to add Euro teams to that too.
Yeah, Euro teams.
Yeah, like no.
You know when you sim in 2K like 20 years out, bro. That's what the league is going to look like.
Or how about this? Maybe the All-Star game should have an international team that gets invited and plays against. No, you know what? No, that won't even work here because they'll get cooked. You know what I'm saying? It's just. Actually, no, they won't get cooked. But like if you take the best players internationally from all walks of life in the world, right? From the Euro League, Chinese Basketball Association, all that stuff. Like you take all the best players around the world, and you have them play. I don't know. It's
still a cook. That's the
yeah, it's still a cooked product. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, like whatever David Stern used to do.
It worked.
I don't know how he did it so effectively because maybe he, I don't know what he did, but Adam Silver was just like, you know what, guys, y'all can do whatever y'all. He's like the laid back parent. Like, guys, hey,
so
what I gotta do.
So what I will say. I think the concept of having captains was fun, and I think it still is because the East was getting cooked. So I don't think going back to conferences like resolves anything. because the East was still getting cooked.
Because
And
like think about this. If you really want to break it down,
go ahead.
if they did East and West,
Yep.
in the
We got a
West,
smoke out this year.
in the West, you would have had LeBron clearly, right?
Curry.
Let's just say everyone's healthy. You would have had LeBron. You would have had KD because he got traded to the West.
Curry,
You
Kyrie,
would have
Luka,
had Kyrie. You would have had
Jokic.
Steph, Jokic against Jason
Ja.
Tatum,
Come on.
Embiid.
Why you whispering his name?
Embiid, Cam Thomas. Like,
Honest.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like there's an imbalance because most of the stars are in the West right now.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. So yeah, that's just my issue with it. And also I understand that they're trying to branch out and go to different cities. Like I remember being out in Chicago for All-Star Weekend, and that was fun. It was lit, you know. But also like going to Utah, like come on, bro. And then going to
And then having
Indianapolis.
the Afrobeats concert in Utah. What the yo? Read the room, bro.
And it had Post Malone to open up the show. Like this does not make me want to gear up and watch basketball. You feel me? Like it no. And those fans in Utah was probably like, what?
Like, who's
like,
Tim's? What?
like,
Boy.
Yeah, Burner Boy.
like,
You know,
And not even an all-star too. My fault, buddy.
now go ahead.
The
The
rookie
skills
sophomore,
competition.
all that is just messed up.
Yeah,
Rookie sophomore
yeah.
game. Why they got 4 teams now? I turned on the
Yeah.
channel like, what's another
It was
game?
like that like 2 years ago. Yeah, something like that. It's too much going on. You know, I think because there's a lot of young players in the league, they want to get all those young players the shine. You know, because it was all over. It was too many hands in the pot because you got the celebrity game going on ESPN, and then you got
That's
the
a
Rising
waste.
Star game. Right, you got the Rising Star game going on TNT. Then you got 4 different teams, and I'm just like it's hard to keep up. And then the also thing that's confusing was also the skills challenge. Like I'm looking
Yeah.
at the roster.
For
You
me?
got go ahead, Eric.
Okay, so for me, what I would do is I would get rid of the skills competition. That's a waste of time. I would do is I would switch
Just
up
go
the
back
dunk
to
contest.
the way it was.
I would
Honestly,
switch up the dunk contest to start the All-Star Saturday night and then end it with and then do the 3-point contest second. And then the third event, I'll probably do like a one-on-one
yeah.
with
Please would never sign up for that.
They would
no,
right.
no.
It's pride.
Oh.
It's pride.
a one with the annual mixtape tour, former player or street ball player with probably I guess one of the up and coming rookies or the rising
And
stars.
I get that, but
So,
my
like,
thing-
so
my
you
issue
trying to say you want to see a hot sauce get cooked by SGA? That is nasty. That's actually elderly abuse. You can't do that.
you got ball collector. You got ball.
That's nasty.
They're not signing up for that.
Wait,
Nobody. I'm sorry, Eric. Nobody watching that shit.
Wait, you gonna do the nutmeg and then bounce it off your head and then cross you up a little bit. Yeah, come on. You have Professor and all of them in there. Like, come on, bro. But I think players are not going to sign up for that because it's too much pride on the line. You know what I'm saying? And that I was
Everything is
having this
memeable now. Everything is memeable.
right. And I was
It's
having a
not-
conversation with my
it's
bro the
close.
other day. Like, remember that year? Remember in 2009 when Nate and Dwight squared off, and then LeBron was in the crowd. I don't know if he was lit, but Cheryl Miller was like, "Yo, like LeBron, what you doing?" LeBron was like, "I'm announcing myself in the dunk contest." And as a kid, I'm like, "Yo, this is lit. We about to see LeBron next
And
year."
he lied his
Who we had?
ever-loving
We had
ass
Gerald
off.
Wallace. We had DeMar DeRozan. We had shout out to Shannon Brown. LetShannonBrownDunk.com for those who remember. And I can't remember the fourth dude. Come on.
Was
And-
it Fred Jones?
Nah, Fred Jones was like 2004 or
Nah.
something like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
but that, go ahead, Josh.
and stop letting G Leaguers in All-Star Weekend.
Yeah,
That's
and-
it, bro. Like, come on, bro.
yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah,
man.
Katie did mention that. He's like, yo, let's be for real. Like, no disrespect, but you got G Leaguers in the All-Star weekend. Like,
Right.
Yo, the Sixers had to. McClung was the
Mac
MVP
McClung.
of All-Star Weekend, but he had to sign a 10-day to participate, bro. Like, oh,
Bro, they said he made more off that dunk
made more.
championship
Yeah.
than his entire set. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
man.
bro.
And
It-
have some shame. It's Black History Month. Have some shame.
come on now, facts. Like,
I
I
felt
think,
offended.
yeah, and Kenya Martin Jr. should be ashamed of themselves.
That's not true. That's not true.
Trey Murphy should be ashamed of himself. And you know who I'm going to get next? I'm sorry, Eric,
Jericho
but
Sims.
Jericho Sims, yo, come on, bro.
Wait.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yo, somebody recorded
Give me
somebody
that
who was
50.
at the event. They recorded it, and when he did the dunk, there was no reaction in the building at all.
Yo, when he did the double hand in the rim, you could hear a freaking mouse fart on a cotton ball.
Everybody's like,
That's
yo,
how
what's
quiet it
next?
was.
What's the next part of the dunk?
Yo, yeah, that was like, that's it. Like, it was literally like it was so quiet. You could hear a mouse fart on a cotton ball. That's how I was like, oh, I guess this is it. Like this, like, dude, you pretty much 7 feet. Like,
Man's had a piece of paper, he struggled to rip open the envelope, and somebody said it was pretty fitting that he ripped it in half because that dunk was a 25.
yo,
Mess, bro.
Jericho Sims, that was bad, man.
Nah,
Trey Murphy did decent.
He did. It's just that,
Facts,
you know,
Christian.
like,
The 50 made it worse, 100 times worse.
yeah, and the thing is, like, players, like, we grew up in an era where, like, some of these players, they was getting the first dunk off the first attempt. You know what I mean? Like, now players, you got to sit there and watch it, do it over and do it over and do it over and do it over again just to complete the dunk. And then after a while, it's like,
and you know what's crazy? Like, we're not even asking for the top superstars, because Jason Richardson was not a top superstar.
No,
like, what a show he put on.
Yeah,
Desmond. What was? Oh man, Desmond Mason.
Yep,
literally wasn't a top star, but put on a show. It's
Nate
like
Robinson. The dunk contest made him into a star. He made him bigger than he was. Yeah,
it's like I want to see guys like
who got hops.
Yeah,
I want like that's why, Commish, please start spending your bread, bro. I need to see Jalen Green, one of these young guys who always want to jump high for no reason, in this dunk contest, man.
Jalen Green was in a dunk contest last year, and he looked terrible.
Remember Cole Anthony with the tip?
Yeah, he was in the same dunk contest with Cole Anthony, who walked on the court with Tim's on, son. Come on, bro.
It's just
get Scoop. Scoop got to be in it next year. I don't care.
It's a shame that we got to get players from other leagues, G leagues, just to make our dunk contest great again. You feel me? And the thing, what I was saying to my bros the other night was that Mac McClung, like, we seen tape on like Twitter of him doing like those crazy dunks with the backhand and stuff like. We seen that, so it's just like, I wouldn't say it was underwhelming, but it's like now he gets to show it on a big stage. But like for somebody who's like a basketball fan who's seeing this on Twitter every single day, it's just like, oh wow, like he did something he's been doing in high school. And then you got players struggling to do a windmill dunk off the backboard, bro. Like, come on. I know y'all probably say, well, Monty, you can't even do that. You can't even touch the rim. But still, bro, you're professional athletes, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, dog. That's all I'm saying, man. Make the dunk contest great again. Make All-Star Weekend great again, you know?
Weekend great again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Players need to try. I can't take it. When I was just looking, it's the easiest game to bet on because overs with almost everybody except for the Euro guys because they don't care about that game. They just like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Luka and Jokic just wanted to go on vacation. They was like, can we hurry this up?
Yeah, he cooked my ticket, man. Luka, I bet on the boost, and Luka didn't do nothing, bro. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, man. All in all, at the end of the day, the All-Star game needs a complete overhaul. It's not what it needs to be. It's getting to the territory of the Pro Bowl, and we all know the Pro Bowl is a national atrocity.
They play flag now, bro.
Which is nasty work. They're playing flag football, bro. Crazy. Before we end it, we want to talk about the final stretch of the league. We got about 6 weeks left, roughly, up until the playoffs. And man, it is it is gonna heat up because it starts now, right? Every team is back from their long break. They're locked in for the playoff push. We're gonna see, more competitive basketball. This final stretch, these last 20 some odd games or so. As you see, the Lakers have 23 games to go, and in the 13th seed, and they have a uphill battle to get into the play-in and playoff. So, for your teams respectively, where do you guys think your teams will end up? The Nets and Knicks and the Pelicans, because Zion is out for an extended period of time now, and that doesn't bode well because they've been in the free fall ever since Zion's been hurt. And he had another setback, and he said he'll be out several weeks after the All-Star break.
Something's wrong with that kid. Something wrong with him, bro.
I don't know, man.
He only played 114 games in 4 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. He never mind. I'm not gonna be petty. Street clothes, but yeah,
you're doing bad for fat boys, man. That's crazy.
Give me your thoughts, Josh, on the Pelicans. What do you think will happen with them with Zion? Being out all this time, and like right now, man. The Pelicans are sitting at the 7th seed, so they're 30-29. If it started today, they'll be in the play-in. Do you think they get out of the play-in situation, or do they fall out, or stay in?
I think they're gonna stay in. Like, as long as BI and CJ are playing, they're gonna stay in. I feel, but to be honest, it's gonna be a repeat of last year all over again. If they're gonna make it through the play-in, and then through that, they're gonna play the first seed, which is the Nuggets, and I don't have much hope for them. The Nuggets will beat them because I'm gonna just assume that Zion is not coming back. So, and that's when I just is a little worrisome. This is the same script for the Pelicans every year, so their promising future doesn't look so promising when it's the same thing every year. Brandon Ingram comes down, and then Zion, and then Zion always has a setback, and then you don't see. Oh, maybe next year is the same script. So I don't know. No hope in them right now, man. I don't know. That's looking better than them right now. That's crazy.
Yeah. Eric, the Knicks, 6th seed right now. Do you guys get to 5, maybe 4, or do you stay where you're at or playing?
I could see them going up to 5. To 4, I don't see it, but I'm more comfortable finishing 5 and 6. I think for them right now, the goal is to make the playoffs and not finishing the play-in. So I think they have a really good chance to get finishing the top 6, and that's their main goal from here on out. And in the last 2 years, they have finished strong post All-Star break. So I can see them following the same script and getting a top 6 playoff spot.
Okay. And lastly, Armani, the Lakers.
I'm gonna just start by saying, as a fan, of course, you want your team to do well. You want to shoot for the stars. You know what I'm saying? You want to achieve every high goal possible that there is to achieve in this league. So I'm confident that we'll make a push, but also I'm really not trying to get my hopes up high because like what's drama without the Lakers, or what's the Lakers without drama? You know what I mean? So like I said earlier in the show, like my issue with Braun is him talking in the media about how locked in he is. I just need him to be locked in. I need AD to channel that frustration of us losing games onto the court. And I just need everybody to come ready to play. Now that we have constructed a balanced team, we know what we can do. We know what we can't do. Like I said earlier, we got some of the bad apples, some of the players that was weighing us down in the season. So now it's just time to make that push. But if we don't, oh my goodness, it's really crazy that we had LeBron for this amount of years, and really only made a deep run once. It's crazy,
How
you know,
long
due
I had
to
him for,
injuries.
5?
He signed in 2018, so yeah, creeping about on like 5 years, which is really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, is this the longest that LeBron's been with a team? It is, right?
Yes, since his first
Yes.
stint with
No,
the
because
Cavs. Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
because the Cavs
exactly.
he was there for 7
So
years, so the Lakers would be his
7
second
years,
longest tenured time he
yeah,
spent
and
with the team. Yeah,
it's really crazy to believe that, but you know, it's like, you know, cool, you broke the record. Yeah, they show a commercial every day to remind you. They do a tribute at halftime every day to remind you.
And then a
Now it's
tribute on
at the
All-Star
All-Star
break.
game, bro. They, you know what I'm saying? Like they did a tribute
yeah,
at the game when he wasn't even playing against the Bucks. So it's like, bro, all right, congratulations. It's an incredible feat, but like let's go.
Move on, yeah.
Let's go.
yeah. Let's make it happen. Yeah, man, I agree. You know, like I said, half of these games that are coming up against teams that are ahead of us. You know, we have the Thunder again, the Jazz, T Wolves. You know, Clippers, obviously, Mavericks, Warriors. It's like we have to win these games. There's no room for error, no margin for error. And we got to get serious about it if we want to make a push. Because again, like I believe this team is good enough, man. Once they're in the playoffs, I think we'll make some noise. But we have to get there first, and we can't even think about that until we're in contention of that. So,
You have to go 14-9 to be 41-41.
yeah. I predicted that we will win 16 games out the 23 left. That's my prediction right now. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be interesting couple of weeks heading into the playoffs. I'm pretty sure there'll be some surprising wins and losses. Yeah, and we'll see, man. And hopefully, we get some good playoff matchups coming up. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens.
Let me just say this. Quick thing about the Nets. If this team's successful, this will look like the Iguodala Nuggets. That's all I gotta say. And Bridges is the Iguodala.
That's a solid comparison.
Who was on that?
That's a solid comparison. No, you had
who was on that Nugget team?
Kenneth Faried, JaVale McGee,
This is Domino, right?
Danilo Gallinari, Ty
Domino,
Lawson.
right?
Hold on.
Was it Evan Fournier there as well too?
He just had a bunch of good players. This is like,
how far did that team go?
listen, bro.
Lost in the first
I
round.
told you what our plan is.
They lost in what? Say that again, Eric.
You lost in the first round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
They accused Iguodala of playing for the other team. They say he was a mole for the Warriors.
Which is
minus the mole thing.
Yeah,
George Call said that. Yeah,
minus the mole thing.
Right.
This team, they're just gonna be fun. We just gonna have fun. You know, no expectations. It is what it is. You know, we good.
Yeah.
Still got Ben Simmons, but anywho, thank you guys for.
I can't even defend you, Ben. You see this, bro?
Wow,
bro. Like Ben. Nets fans are not asking for a lot, bro.
Yo, you know what's wild, Josh? What's wild is that when I went to the Nets and Laker game, the Nets like to do the introductions, before the players get out on the court.
Oh, who booed him? We have no fans, right?
Y'all really don't have fans, but I think you're the only Net fan I ever known. Now shout out to my boy Chan. Chan's a loyalist. Amal, he's lukewarm.
I thought he's a Kyrie fan.
He's
a Kyrie fan
guy, but like Amal, we know what it is. We're gonna take it to the finest spots in LA soon. Don't worry, brother. But
we have no fans, so this is crazy.
But hey, man, his name come up on the jumbotron in an arena, and there was a shower of boos. I was like, this is probably worse than Philly at this point. bro.
Hold on. Let me just say something real quick.
Bro, he
You know what's
got traded.
crazy?
He got traded to a
Last
situation
year-
where he thought he was going to like thrive in, and they're booing the crap out of him, bro.
And
Yeah.
what's also
Oh,
crazy
Harry,
was
you're a
that
Nets fan.
we were-
Welcome to the 5th Net fan that I know. Welcome. I hope
what's also crazy. What's crazy is that, remember, last year we was talking, Ernest, we can't lie on this one. We was talking about possibly doing a deal where we trade Russ to somehow to Philly and we get Ben Simmons in return. And we thought we was going to get the old Ben Simmons. That's
that? I don't remember that.
I remember that. I was
dodged
watching that episode.
I don't remember that.
We dodged that bullet. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
We
remember.
dodged that bullet, man.
I would have Russ over Ben Simmons any day.
I remember Ernest saying, I quote, that defense next to Braun and AD? Oh
I never said that. Go back to the tape. If it's true, put me on a jumbotron, put it over social media, and pack me up. Okay, pack me up. But hell no.
He said Braun could take breaks now for real.
But I'm not gonna lie. I was. Listen, man, I was emotionally hurt. You know, the Lakers weren't good, last year, and we're not good this year, but we weren't good last year. We were, yeah, man. Never mind.
Damn, why we had to end off the episode with Ben, man? Like
we had to. It's Ben Simmons.
God, bro.
Ben Simmons is it's cooked, man. It's cooked for y'all. But anywho, thank you guys for joining. Shout out to the the 8 Net fans that are out there. Really appreciate your participation.
Come to Net Spaces. See how much people's in there, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yo, yeah, I be in Net Spaces all the time. You know what I'm saying? And Brooklyn Kingdom or Nets Kingdom, whatever,
Oh man,
whatever they be talking about. I'll be in their spaces, bro, and I be hearing just the nonsense that.
Nah. Some of them are crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yo, the night of when Katie got traded, it was just
because they was
Swan song. It was
those
just like
people. They want to live in delusional land. I already accepted it. You already know. I was like, it's gonna happen. Whatever.
Like, speaking of delusional,
I know
on the net. I want to ask Josh a question. I want to ask Josh. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yo, what is this? What is this? What kind of meeting is this? Before we end the
listen,
show?
This is your initiation. It's your first, official
Fight
show.
Fight back.
Yeah, right. Kyrie Irving, and we're gonna, I'm gonna segue into something here.
Kyrie, even worse.
Hold on, I'm gonna segue into something here, and then we'll end the show. Kyrie Irving had recently came out and said that he was trying to get moved since 2019.
That was what?
Whoa! What the hell?
This guy's a liar. That's what I gotta say. He's been trying to get moved since 2019, but asked for 2 extensions in the last 3 years. Okay, bro. Whatever, man. Whatever makes you happy, bro.
Didn't he join the team in 2019?
You know what makes it even better? Katie was even playing that first year.
Right.
Katie was, and then Kyrie was like, I got a hurt shoulder. I can't play no more. Because Katie, it doesn't matter because Katie not here. Like, what?
Yeah, remember there was rumors about how Kyrie was like, yeah, I didn't come here to play with y'all. I came here to play with KD. Since he's not playing, I'm not gonna play.
I'm like, if you want to leave since then, okay, I guess, bro. I don't know, bro. KD, if you know what's better for you, don't even recruit him for Phoenix, bro, because that's crazy.
Well, speaking on that, I have a theory, and then we'll end it. I promise, we'll end it after this. I have a theory. I have a theory about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving kind of holds the balance in this whole free agency thing coming up. It's going to be very interesting because I don't think for a second he stays in Dallas for the rest of his career. I do think he has 2 choices. It was clear during All-Star weekend, LeBron and Kyrie were flirting with each other. Clear.
So nasty.
Clear. Right?
Called him the wizard.
The
wizard
young
himself.
god, aka Kyrie Irving. You know, all that.
They did a little handshake
They did
too.
the handshake and everything. You know, they talked about each other a lot. And even Kyrie's first press conference with the Dallas Mavericks, and they asked him about the whole Laker thing. He said, "I'm not going to talk about what should have happened." What? Excuse me.
Y'all seen Luca in the background?
Yeah, Luca was sick. He like, man,
I was like, what the?
Yeah. What is this? And what's crazy is, so here's my theory. Kyrie Irving holds the balance of NBA free agency this offseason because I think Kyrie Irving has two choices. It's the Valley or Cali. And I think the Nets and the Suns had conversations already, you know, with CP3 and all that stuff and trying to get Kyrie to the Suns. And then, you know, a report had came out afterwards that the Suns were actually trying to get the two to Phoenix. I do think Kyrie does have some interest in you know, rejoining KD in Phoenix. But also, obviously, there is interest, a lot of interest in Kyrie joining LA with his ties to LeBron and his ties to Kobe and all that stuff.
He's
like
still very close with AD too.
Yeah. And Kyrie is very close with AD. It looked like when the Lakers were in town, you know, AD was like, you know, they were like, you know.
And y'all coach too. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Darvin Ham. Phil Handy. Yes.
Yeah.
Phil Handy. Yeah, Phil Handy has been, you know, in Kyrie's corner for a while now. So I do think he ends up in one of those two places. Now, if Kyrie Irving decides to say, you know what, I want to reunite with KD and finish what we couldn't do in Brooklyn, in Phoenix, I do believe that the Lakers have an opportunity to get a guy, you know, in the Pacific Northwest. We'll talk about Dame time another time, but I think that may be an option because I do think Portland is going to pivot to a place to where they need to reevaluate their future, and I don't think that future involves Damian Lillard. He is 32 years old, and that grind is running out of, you know, treadmill, sir.
Forget about it.
Yeah. But also, if Kyrie Irving decides to go to LA, I think, you know, it also makes sense. Again, I'm just talking out loud. But you know, I don't just speak just to talk. So yeah, we'll put it like that.
Unless y'all want Crypto Arena to burn like every other.
Nah, we good. Nah, listen. We're not.
I'm just warning y'all. I'm giving y'all a fair warning.
Ain't no Joe Size in the building at the crypt. You understand?
You
it's Jeannie Bus.
That was the only thing
it's Jeannie Bus. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different conversation. When you walk into that office and you see them 17 trophies on her backdrop, that's a different conversation, bro. That's a different conversation.
You got statues in front of the arena, bro. Like,
yeah, like, yo, you understand? Kyrie Irving wins a ring or two in LA. He is forever loved. Like, forget everything he's done in Brooklyn. That shit don't exist anymore. Think about it. Seriously. Seriously. He does that. None of that stuff exists anymore.
I just legit told him everything.
and then Josh, you got the IE ass face because you're like, damn, that could have been us. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. I understand. The Lakers are always going to get stars, brother. It always happens.
Oh, yo, so are we.
Who?
So are the Nets. The Nets are going to get stars too.
Y'all do get stars like Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. Y'all get stars like that. Darren Williams.
We get stars, bro.
Andre Karolinko. We forget about that one.
Brooke Lopez.
We can have conversations about getting stars.
You know.
We get a lot of stars too. It just don't end up good for us.
Clearly, y'all fumble every time.
Is that? Do we really fumble? But that's a conversation for them. We didn't really fumble this one. This is crazy. This one was crazy.
Yeah, I did fumble this.
How?
Bro, you had James Harden and Kyrie Irving. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that.
Had
bro.
a 100-year.
Y'all fumbled that.
Disease pop up and talk about vaccine mandate. What?
I should have handled that better.
How's that our fault?
Listen,
How is that? Come on,
Y'all could've-
All jokes aside. How's that our fault?
because Josiah, I'm not gonna say. Listen, Josiah. Listen, man. We know.
That has to do with Eric Adams.
We know what's we know what's going on 39th
So you say Eric Adams stopped the Nets from winning a championship?
Oh, he kept saying, yo, the Nets was like, yo, they kept like, yo, they was having meetings with him.
And technically, it wasn't just Eric Adams. It was Eat Shake Shack de Blasio. He's the one who started the mandate. It was a ridiculous mandate.
Baseball teams were like, yo, hold up. Our baseball players can't play. They was like, oh, you got
listen. Because here's the thing: the Mets and the Yankees. We know Aaron Judge ain't vax. We knew that clearly. That was like so. The Yankees, listen. The Yankees. They got mob ties. So it's like, hey, yo, fam, we're not finna tell us that we can't play our guys. We own the Yankees. Yeah, come on.
Them Italians is no joke, man. Can't mess with them, man.
Steinbrenners be that the Steinbrenner
It's crazy, man.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining. Tonight. A little over, but it's all good. It's all fun.
Because I want to have a roast. I don't know what that was all about. That was crazy.
It's not a roast. It's reality. Like Ben Simmons' jump shot. Anyway, good night, guys. We appreciate you guys. We love y'all for really joining in and interacting with us. Honestly, we really do. It is welcome Josh to your first official episode as part of the crew now. Welcome gang, as Patrick Beverly would say.
Man.
Until next time, just be on the lookout, for our post and stuff like that, and we'll announce our next episode. And until next time, we get a good, brand of basketball. Basketball is back on Thursday. Thank you, Lord. And let's get to it, man. And we'll see y'all on the other side, man. Peace out.
Peace.